if I had to choose 5 pieces of gym equipment, what would they be for the rest of my life? I listened to Scott McNally on Think Big Bodybuilding, and him, Dusty, and Ron were going over 5 pieces of the gym equipment like that they couldn't live without. So this is assuming that you would have a normal setup, meaning you'd have a power rack with barbell and enough free weights. You'd have a dumbbell rack, you'd have an adjustable bench, and then like a dual cable system. So it's assuming you have all of that. What would be 5 pieces of equipment? So where if you had, like, say, a home gym or a really small, like, studio for personal training, like, what would you put in there? What 5 pieces? So, shocker, it's all leg and back stuff. So let's talk through these, and this is not necessarily in order of importance, but to me, if I'm building a home gym in my basement, I'm going to have all 3. So one is a lying leg curl. Now, honestly, if someone, say, gifted me a seated leg curl, I would take it, but I need a leg curl, and ideally one that's double leg, because that way I can do it single leg if I wanted to, as opposed to where if you gave me a standing one leg curl, I can only do that. So I would prefer to have a good, high quality lying leg curl. The Life Fitness brand to me is great. The Prime one is great. That's plate loaded or pin selected, doesn't matter. Because I'm not a big RDL guy. Like, I need something to really work that hang of my hamstring. So that's gonna be number 1 for me. Number 2, a leg press. Now, it's because it's so versatile, right? You can work your hamstrings, your glutes, your quads. You can do single leg work on it. I can change my foot positioning. It's gonna help protect my lower back, right? So to me, that is an essential. Now, in terms of make and model, the squat press by the Cybex is the GOAT. The Body Master piece is really good. The newer Life Fitness or Hammer Strength leg press that has the end folding in handle, not that handle that like pulls up and rotates in, that thing's garbage. And then honestly, the old school Nebula like 35-degree angle is incredible too. So in terms of leg press, I'll take any of those and just wear those pieces out. So, all right, next up, hack squat, because I want to be able to really do a squat and get deep, right? So to me, the flex piece that I use at Elite, that's the money. Like, that's the one. Now, would I take a Precor? 100%. Would I use a Nebula? 100%. I've never actually done an Arsenal hack squat, but I'm sure that's just as nice. So you need a high quality hack squat that you can reverse band, or I do, to really thoroughly work my legs. So if I'm looking at a leg day, it's going to be the lying leg curl, it's going to be a leg press, it's going to be a hack squat, and it's going to be either dumbbell walking lunges or Bulgarian split squat. And I'm hammering my legs with that minimalist amount of equipment. So those are my first 3. Now, on to back. So for me, if I can do pull-ups or band-assisted pull-ups, a lat pull-down, and a seated cable row, that's going to be a good base. And then the step 4 dumbbell row obviously is going to be a go-to moneymaker, as well as like an incline bench, like semi-pronated upper back row. So if you look at that, that's already got a good foundation of back work, right? So what kind of piece of equipment would I like? It's going to be a chest supported row. Now, there's tons of options. There's the Prime Extreme row, which is great, but if I had to choose one, it's going to be the Hammer Strength ISO row, and that's because I can do it like step away style. I can do it seated with 2 hands, and that's either the top pronated grip to my upper back, or the neutral and pull out to squeeze like my mid to low back. I can do it single arm at a time. Like, honestly, that's one of my all-time favorite back pieces. I also like the DY row that I use at Elite each week, but if I can only choose one, I want to be able to get one that has multiple grips. So if you think about it, that handle runs here, and then it also runs here. So all types of different ways that we could use and utilize that piece. If you look at your back workout, I just literally laid it out for you. Now, Chris, what are you gonna do for your lower back? Now, you could definitely do rack pulls or deadlifts all day long. You could do dumbbell RDLs, would be another great option. Or I could even do like a seated dumbbell good morning, would be another great option. Or if I had bands, which I'm assuming I'd have bands too, I could do a banded good mornings. But what I wanna do is I wanna get a piece that's gonna work my spinal decompression. So the 5th piece for me I'm gonna choose is gonna be the reverse hyper. Ideally the Westside Barbell one, that's my favorite. There's a few other makes and models that are okay. Rogue's pretty good, but Westside Barbell reverse hyper is gonna be my 5th and final piece. So there you have it, guys. Those are all the pieces I would choose. If I'm looking at like arm training, to me, I have cables and dumbbells, that's all I need. And then for chest training, if I can do like cable flies in a multi-station, and then I would just do varying dumbbell and barbell pressing, that's it. Simple as that. If I'm gonna do barbell pressing, I could even do like reverse band barbell or regular barbell. Like, I'm pretty simplistic when it comes to chest. I don't necessarily need like a pec deck, or even though I do love pressing on a hammer strength incline, like, or the wide, I'm not gonna waste a singular piece of equipment on that, because I just feel like it'd be better placed with a leg or a back piece for me. So If you look at that as a whole, guys, those are my 5. Comment below. Tell me what your 5 are, and I'd love to compare notes. Until next time, like, share, subscribe. Christmas TV.